It is officially Women's History Month, and this week we are showcasing a woman named Mary Church Terrell. Mary Church Terrell lived from 1863 to 1954. She advocated for women's rights and African American rights. She was one of the first African American women to earn a college degree. After graduating, she became an educator teaching at the university level. Terrell's activism began by focusing on racial uplift. In her own words, the goal was to lift as we climb. Her goal was to empower women and African Americans to become successful and help each other succeed. She also fought for women's suffrage. She co-founded the National Association of University Women. In 1940, she published her autobiography titled A Colored Woman in a White World, explaining her experiences with racism and sexism in her life. Ultimately, she left a legacy of hard work and determination while showing the importance of supporting your community. For more information on Mary Church Terrell, visit womenshistory.org.
Thank you for the criteria and structure for the honors program. Here to tell us more is Director of the Honors Department and Dean of the College of Liberal Arts, Dr. Joel Heyer. Welcome. Thank you for coming in today.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. I'm doing great. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. And it's Gold Friday. It's a good Friday here at Missouri Western.
It is. Any Friday is a great Friday.
Some questions we have for you today. What does your job and position entail?
As far as the honors director position goes?
Yes, sir.
I am the one who is responsible to ensure that we have sufficient courses that are available for students in the honors program. And that includes typical general studies courses that are also labeled as honors courses. We have colloquia, honors 195 and honors 395. Okay. And then we also have a brand new course that's under the new honors program known as University 201. That's a collaboration with the Center for Service.
So would that be like a step up from the university class that all students have to take?
It's actually different. Okay. It's a service learning opportunity, and so it's absolutely fantastic.
Awesome. So what about the requirements? We know there's new requirements for the honors program. What is the difference between the new requirements and the older requirements?
At least for the general studies honors program, there used to be 24 credits required. We modified that. It's at 18 credits. We added that service learning component, the honors, the University 201 course, which is really fantastic. I feel like I can't speak enough about it because it involves students going out and rendering service in a variety of different situations. They can do that here in St. Joseph. They can do it in their hometowns. They can do it over a holiday break, over the summer, during the semester. What we're finding with that course, which I find particularly fascinating, is students are developing new skill sets. They're learning how to be a leader. They're learning how to conduct and carry out an event. They're learning time management skills. And what we're finding through our assessments is that students are discovering these skills or learning skills that they had never had before. So that's particularly rewarding.
Okay, so what about the students who have already taken those general studies courses? How does this new requirement affect them?
We're actually giving them the option that if they would like to participate, students have been notified about the new requirements, and that if they would like to join the new program, they can. Some are finding if they join the new program, by and large, they've met almost all the requirements anyways.
Okay.
And I've had the opportunity to meet with quite a few students sitting down one-on-one like what we're doing here to talk about those requirements, and that's been just so rewarding to me. As a dean, I'm oftentimes meeting with the faculty. I love to meet with the students.
So what about students who are interested in the honors program? What can you advise them on?
As far as how they join?
How they go about joining the honors program and what the honors program entails. Like, what advice can you give them to prepare for the honors program?
You know, what I would advise them to do, there's a form to fill out. We also contact students that meet the prereqs as well. So there's two different ways that they can do that. Either they choose to apply, or we notify them and say, hey, you have the prereqs, you can do that. And so usually in either one of those ways, there's an opportunity for them to participate. As far as preparing them specifically for it, I think just an excitement for learning what they find in these classes. They tend to be smaller courses, fewer students, a lot of hands-on attention, a lot of hands-on learning. And so I think as long as they love to learn. I think it's just a fantastic experience for everyone involved.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Dr. Heyer. Is there anything else you would like to add for the students who might be interested?
I just think we're excited to have students participate. There's so many different types of learning in the colloquia. Maybe if I can prop the study abroad program, which is going to be happening in May, I believe it is. They're going not only to London, but to Paris. I think there's 17 students that are intending to go on that trip. It was something that I actually did quite a bit as a faculty member at another institution. I love to take students to different places. I did that throughout the United States and Canada. And the thing is those are the types of experiences that they'll never forget in their lives. Those will be things they'll look back 30, 40 years from now with absolute fondness, because they're learning different things, they're smelling and different smells and different sights, hearing different things, experiencing new experiences they've never had before.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you in the studio with us today.
Thank you so much, Brene.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you, everyone. We'll be right back after this break.
A leading problem I've faced is a misunderstanding on the part of students of the importance of academic advising. They miss appointments. They don't make appointments. But what's most disappointing is when they come unprepared. Give me a student with a plan in their head, or better yet, on paper. We could talk about their interests, not just about their classes. We could discuss internships, classwork, grad programs. It would open the door to what advising is truly about.
Can I help you?
But instead, they come to me in a panic when they need to register because...
I need to talk to you. I was trying to register for my classes, but it wouldn't let me do it because I need my PIN, and I haven't had time to set up an advising, so I don't even know what classes I need to take, so I just signed up for a bunch of random ones, and I'm going to drop them later. So can I have my PIN real fast, because I'm still logged into a computer in the lab? Am I interrupting?
Take ownership of your education. Make the most of your advisement by being proactive, punctual, and prepared. You'll open the door to more personalized attention and avoid costly setbacks. It's never too soon to begin planning your next steps at Missouri Western.
If you haven't noticed, the mask mandate has been lifted.
Missouri Western has been dragged through ever-coming changes involving the mask mandate. Here is more on the story. While trying to keep up with ever-changing news about the coronavirus pandemic, Missouri Western has dropped their mask mandate for the second time this year. On Friday, February 18th, Missouri Western President Elizabeth Kennedy sent a mass email to students informing them that masks were recommended but no longer required on campus grounds. This email was sent with updated information about hospitalization rates and COVID testing, as well as guidelines.
Today, the numbers at the hospital, which is one of the factors we examine, is only 15. There's only 15 in the hospital. We had 90 at one point, or 90 plus in the hospital. So again, the hospital, which serves multiple counties, very similar to what the university serves, that's a very good indicator that the disease is not progressing to the point of putting people in the hospital. On Friday we had 20, today we're at 15, so it's down 5 again.
Dr. Clapp examines the number of COVID-19 rates every Friday to track the rise and fall of reported cases in St. Joseph. He works hand in hand with other communities, watching and plotting each positive case daily. Students on campus have the ability to choose whether or not they would like to wear a mask during class. Most students say they are looking forward to seeing their peers' faces again.
I'm so excited the mask mandate was lifted so I can better interact with my peers and professors.
Here at KGSM, we hope that everyone stays safe regardless of the mandate. Reporting for KGSM-TV, I'm Jaden Miller.
Darren Brinks has recently gotten more information about the new Director of Military and Veteran Services here at Missouri Western. Here's the story.
On the campus of Missouri Western, Chelsea Clark was just assigned to be the head director of Military and Veteran Services. While talking to her, she explained how she got where she is and what her plans are.
I have a long history and a very varied history of working with soldiers and veterans. So I, for a period of time, worked with the Salvation Army, housing homeless veterans in the Kansas City, Leavenworth area. For a time, I worked full-time for the Missouri Army National Guard, working in the SHARP office, which is Sexual Harassment and Assault Response Prevention. Very long acronym. I am a victim advocate in my unit for the National Guard. I work with my soldiers all the time, just in my Guard capacity. Additionally, both of my parents were active duty, so I grew up in the Army. So I have a lot of experience working with soldiers and veterans, and I knew that I really enjoyed it, and I was really passionate about it. And so when I saw that this position was open, I really didn't even think about it. I jumped on it and applied pretty quickly. As far as what I do on the day-to-day, it's a pretty new program, so honestly, it's very not up in the air, but there's a lot of potential in what I'm going to be doing day to day right now. It's changing a lot. I'm still figuring it out. I also do a lot of meeting with community partners. So we have a VFW, an American Legion, this group called Heroes to Heroes. So a lot of interacting with the community outside of Missouri Western to make this veteran community even bigger and stronger than it is.
With Chelsea Clark having a strong plan for her role, MWSU is excited to have her be the Director of Military and Veteran Services. I'm Darren Brinks with KGSM-TV.
For more information, visit Eater 202.
Last week, Missouri Western Cinema Department held their first annual Future Filmmaker Festival. This festival brought in over 40 students and faculty from high schools across Missouri and Kansas. These students were given the opportunity to attend workshops and submit their own films for viewing. Workshops included stop motion, editing, cinematic sound, camera movement, and creating the student film hosted by Missouri Western Griffin Film Society. The goal of this festival was to recruit students for Missouri Western Cinema Department and to get students more hands-on with their filming.
It was a great opportunity because we got to talk about some of our knowledge as well as engage with some future filmmakers.
So what we're seeing is mostly high school students that are in like a audiovisual class or a club or doing something with film on their own as they're trying to explore their options of what the future should hold for them. And the intent is to bring them here, give them a couple workshops, a couple of lectures, give them a campus tour, and then celebrate their films in a screening at the end of the day so they can look and say, hey, this is something that I can actually do, and here's a really cool place I can go to do it.
For more information, check out futurefilmmakerfestival.com.
In other news around campus, Atlas hosted the painting class, Painting with a Twist, to end Valentine's season with the theme Latino love. Here's more on the story.
Association of Latin American Students celebrated Afro-Latino culture for Black History Month through discussion events and creative activities such as Painting with a Twist.
For Latino students to feel comfortable to come out, speak their own language, do with it what they would like to do here MOAs just like everybody else. And for everybody else to also enjoy learning about the Hispanic culture, how similarities, differences, and things like that.
Painting with a Twist theme was Love Under the Moonlight. It was taught by Kansas City art teacher Tracy Ali, making her lesson easy to follow, creating a better student experience. Tracy expressed the importance of art and the effect it has on people.
I guess it's just something that makes you feel good and makes you think outside the box. A lot of times I think when as we grow up, we grow older, and then we realize that we don't have to do everything picture perfect.
At the end of the event, students showed pride in their work and enjoyed the experience. The end product of many of the students show their personalities and own interpretations of the sample painting. Reporting from KGSM, Kendall Edwards.
To get more information on events from the Association of Latin American Students, you can attend their meetings every Monday at 5:30 in Blum 222.
A leading problem I've faced is a misunderstanding on the part of students of the importance of academic advising. They miss appointments. They don't make appointments. But what's most disappointing is when they come unprepared. Give me a student with a plan in their head, or better yet, on paper. We could talk about their interests, not just about their classes. We could discuss internships, classwork, grad programs. It would open the door to what advising is truly about.
Can I help you?
But instead, they come to me in a panic when they need to register because...
I need to talk to you. I was trying to register for my classes, but it wouldn't let me do it because I need my PIN, and I haven't had time to set up an advising, so I don't even know what classes I need to take, so I just signed up for a bunch of random ones, and I'm going to drop them later. So can I have my PIN real fast because I'm still logged into a computer in the lab? Am I interrupting?
Take ownership of your education. Make the most of your advisement by being proactive, punctual, and prepared. You'll open the door to more personalized attention and avoid costly setbacks. It's never too soon to begin planning your next steps at Missouri Western.
Welcome back, everyone. For some students, sororities are a big part of college life. Those who choose to join a sorority get to have a unique college experience. Trinity Knapp tells us more.
To join a sorority, you're basically coming into friendship, you're coming into a family, you all have the same ideals or likewise values, so you have support throughout your major, during midterms, during finals, your highs, your lows, they're going to be there.
It changes your whole college experience. You meet so many more people, you meet new friends, you get different opportunities, and it could also help in your career field, whatever you're going into, having those connections.
Sororities are more than just groups of girls having fun. These groups build up their members and give back to their communities.
We actually went to Second Harvest this past week. This whole past week has been our week of service where we're volunteering or fundraising every single day for our philanthropy Fighting Hunger. And so we went to Second Harvest and we were just jamming out, and I got to tape boxes. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but I've never used a fancy tape thing ever. So half the tape was stuck on my hand and half of it was on the box. So it was a great time.
Sororities like Alpha Gam empower their members by placing them in positive leadership roles.
Alpha Gam has taught me how to be a leader, how to be a better friend, and how to just be a better person overall.
In any sorority, you're held to a higher standard. People are always watching you. They're making sure that you're doing the right thing, our purpose, you're abiding by the purpose, and basically just being a stand-up woman behind the scenes. It's not Alpha Gam's pressuring you to be a great person. You also have to just want that on your own. We're just supporting you throughout that process.
Reporting for KGSM-TV, I'm Trinity Knapp.
If you are interested in joining a sorority, find more information on the Missouri Western website.
Students in the psychology, half of the study abroad trip to London and Paris have presented their first project. These students were given a list of topics they had to research and then present their research to each other and the public. They will have a choice of updating their London poster or their Paris poster after being abroad. One pairing in particular chose Bethlehem Royal Hospital, an institution notorious for their inhumane treatment of patients.
And so the poster is all about the asylum, and we talked about the pop culture influence it has on us now, and we also talked about the treatments that they had back then and then the treatments that they do for patients now. And we do plan on expanding on the poster. We are taking the trip to London in May, and we're going to try and visit the hospital because it's still standing today.
And we're going to go to certain places. So some of the places that we're going to will fit into some of the projects, but sometimes the person actually has to do some research and figure out a site.
Students will present their second poster later this semester.
Are you looking for music recommendations? Well, look no further because I got the chance to ask a few students on campus for a few of their favorite songs. Here's the story. After a TikTok went viral asking students what they were listening to on campus, I decided to take a look into the music style on Missouri Western campus.
I just play like shuffle and hope for the best. The Shoestring by Felix Ames. Pretty
All right.
saucy, pretty saucy.
I really like. I've been listening to Crying on the Dance Floor by Dayglow.
Enjoy.
I've been listening to When I R.I.P. by Labyrinth. It's off of Euphoria. It's a very good song.
Probably Nail Tech by Jack Harlow.
Mirrors on the Ceiling by Mike Stead.
Oh, they make fun of me, but My Name is Mosif is by Hank Williams Jr.
It's Cannonball by Noah Cyrus and I think RJ something, but it's really good. It's kind of sad, but it's got a good vibe.
Lost by Frank Ocean.
These songs are available on Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever streaming platform you prefer. Reporting for KGSM-TV, I'm Jaden Miller. For more content like this, be sure to check us out on Facebook at KGSM-TV.
That's all we have for this week, but make sure to check us out on YouTube at KGSM-TV.
Don't forget that advising for fall semester classes starts on Monday, and be sure to come out and check out the Creative Mindset podcast on March 8th in Blum.